Hello everybody out there in Instagram land. So we are day 38, it's Wednesday, it is hump day, and we are focusing on the full body today with an emphasis on the core. So I will let a couple of people, I got Tina, I got Amber. Hey Amber, how are you? I got Gobbledygook, I'm guessing that's an independent. Hey Mackers and Teens, how are we? Hey Trish. So we'll just let these people come online, we'll let everyone get online, and then we'll get into our workout. How are the bodies feeling after yesterday? No burpees again today, how is that? No burpees. Whoop, 38. Yeah, fair play, Karen. Well done. How many people out there are on 38? Hey, Finn. How many people out there are on 38 or close to it? How are we getting on? All we need today is kettlebell, chair. Okay, so yesterday was kettlebell, sans chair. Now we're using both. Okay, so we're going to be working for 50 seconds worth of work, and then we got 10 seconds. Hey, Carol, and we got 10 seconds worth of rest. 36 for Nin. Nice work. 36 sessions. Yeah, we're on our 8th week. It's mad. It's absolutely flown by. Let's have a look. OC Dara. Hey, OC Dara. How's it going? Morning, Jer girl. How are we? So, Sheila Wright. Hey, Sheila. Mackers, 32. Fair play. Well done. Well done. Who's that? That's Trish. 35 today. You're only 35 today, Trish. Peter Kennedy. Hey, Peter. Welcome, welcome. Okay, guys. So, all you need, like I was saying at the start there, while people are just jumping on, you need your weight, your kettlebell, your dumbbell, your bag of books, your bag of water bottles, your bag of sand, whatever it is, just a weight that you can use externally, and a chair, stool, bench, table, whatever it is. Only 29, Suzanne. Only 29. Good morning, Edwina. How are we? Claire T4. Claire T4. How are we? So, only 29 sessions. I hate that we get only 29. Fair play. You've done 29 than a hell of a lot of people. 29 more than a hell of a lot of people. Okay, so let's get into our warm-up, guys. So we got our cheesy 90s on the TV. What was that? Clubland 90s. And we'll get into our stretches. So we're going to go into a squat. We're going to push our knees out with our elbows. We're going to hook our fingers under our toes. We're going to hold it there for 3 seconds. And then we're going to raise our hips as high as possible for a further 3 seconds. And then we're going to lower it back down, a little bit lower into the squat again for 3 seconds. And then raise it back up again. My calves are absolutely domed today, after I started starting into a skipping routine of 30 minutes, and I am absolutely screaming in pain with the calves. Raising those hips as high as we can. Dom, it's a long time since I'm doing skipping routines. Okay, and keep changing every 3 seconds from low to high, from low to high. And at the bottom of that squat, you want to be pushing your knees out with your elbows. If your knees are inside your elbows, you want to do a quick change now. Okay, so we're going to go into a high plank now. Walk your hands out. You're going to bring your left foot forward beside your left hand. You can drop your right knee to the floor. Hold it there for 3 seconds. And then rotate that left arm up and around. Big rotation on the spine. And then after 3, bring it down. Change sides. Right foot forward. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1. And then big rotation on that arm. So every 6 seconds, we're changing between left and right. And by doing this session, we are flattening the curve. Remember that, 8 weeks of flattening the curve. That's why we're training, because we can still remain in control of some element of our day. 2, 1, and changing. So we're going to go one more time either side. Big arm rotation, try and twist that torso as much as you can. And then changing last time. Big rotation. And then back into the high plank position. Walk your hands in, tip your toes, and then walk your hands back out. 3 shrugs of your shoulders, and then walk them back in again. So we're warming up our shoulders, we're warming up our core, we're bringing everything in line, we're stretching out our hamstrings. So it's 3 shrugs for every hamstring walk in and out. Try and keep the legs as straight as possible on a hamstring walk, because you're trying to isolate the hamstrings, hence the name. And then we'll go for a couple more. And then up we come. Good stuff. Okay, so we're going to go on to our backs. We're going to get our glutes firing. We're going to get our hamstrings working a little bit more. We're going to go into a bridging. So 2 feet on the floor, driving through the heels, pushing the hips as high as we can off the floor, getting those glutes tight at the top. So today we're going to be working 50 seconds worth of work, 10 seconds worth of rest. We've got 9 exercises to get through. Every time we start a new round, we're going to be ditching the first exercise on the list. Changing legs, you're gonna go single leg now. So the first exercise on our list today is core row. That means arms and legs fully extended, sit up and hug your knees. We're gonna do that for 50 seconds. Then we got a 10-second transition to the next exercise. Up you come. You will only be doing one round. Up you come. We'll only be doing one round of core row. Perfect. Stay right there. You try and maintain some element of professionalism, and then you look across the room and you don't want to see what I see right now. Just giggling away to herself. Anyway, there is actually somebody there. I'm not just kind of pretending that there's someone there just for the sake of it. So we're going to start into core row, guys. We got 50 seconds worth of core row. Arms and legs fully extended. It's happening in 10 seconds. And then we got a 10-second breather to change to the next exercise. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms and legs fully extended. Sit up and hug those knees. Back down. So we want to fully extend those arms with every rep. We want to touch the floor beyond our head. And we want to touch the floor very lightly with our heels. And by extending the arms and legs fully, we're ensuring that we get a full extension on the muscle we're trying to focus on, and then sitting right up to get a full contraction. So the emphasis, full extension, full contraction. We're 25 seconds in, 25 to go. And because of the amount of reps we have to do in this time, you don't have to go crazy fast. You just gotta go continuous. So yesterday we had our 30-second round where you can afford to go a little bit quicker because you weren't gonna burn out too early. 3, 2, 1, up we get. Grab your weight, you're going into step ups. Step ups. So after 25 seconds, I'll give you the halfway call and you can change sides. 3, I'm holding it on my right hand. 2, 1, I'm putting my right foot up on the chair, driving myself up. So you can alternate the step if you want, or you can go right side for 25, left side for 25. You can hold the weight any way you want, on one arm on the shoulder, on 2 hands on the chest. Again, it's up to you. You don't even need the weight. As long as you focus on keeping the foot fully up on the chair, it's halfway, I'm changing sides. I'm keeping the foot fully up on the chair, pushing the sole of that foot into that chair. So you're trying to crush that chair down into the floor. So after this, we're gonna take a 10-second breather, and then we're gonna go onto our back and put our heels very lightly up on the stool because we're gonna do under leg claps. 3, 2, 1. Put your bell down, get onto the floor, heels up on the chair, reach the hands beyond the head. You're gonna sit up and clap beneath the legs. Let's go. Above the head, and then clap beneath the legs. Above the head, and then clap beneath the legs. And the aim here is to keep your heels in contact with the chair at all times. Don't let your legs come off the chair. Swinging those arms down and through. At the same time, you're going to lift the shoulders off the floor. Get that upper core working for you. And allow yourself to sit fully up and get a nice crunch on the stomach, clapping the hands together under the legs. So if you're really struggling, just emphasize grabbing the backs of the legs or the hips and getting the shoulder blades off the floor as you do. 5 seconds, and then we're back into our kettlebell. 3, 2, 1. We're back into the kettlebell. You're gonna hold that kettlebell above your head with the right hand, and we're gonna kick that right leg back behind you into a lunge. 2, 1, let's go. Kick back, drop knee to floor, push through the sole of the foot and come up tall. If you're struggling with this, just bring the weight down to your shoulder and hold it on your chest. By keeping it above the head, fully extended, you're gonna relax your shoulder blade and put the emphasis, you're gonna relax your shoulder and put the emphasis on your shoulder blade and keep that stomach nice and tight. 3 seconds, we're gonna change hands. 2, 1, change. Left hand above the head, drop left knee to floor. The key here, guys, is getting that knee all the way down to the floor. So in 12 seconds, you're gonna take a 10-second breather, and then we're gonna do a high plank hold for 50 seconds. That's just to make sure that the transverse abs are getting taxed enough. And rest 10 seconds. High plank hold, then we're back to our kettlebell for squats. 5, 4, 3, 2 points on the floor with the hands, 2 points to feet, and hold the high plank. So, Controlling the breathing. Hands are directly beneath the shoulders. If they're not, make adjustments now. The whole surface area of the palm is being pushed into the floor. That's fingertips, ball of the hand, heel of the hand. Your shoulder blades are relaxed. Your feet are load bearing equally. You're halfway there. And concentrate with every exhale, the shoulder blades relaxing and the emphasis coming onto the stomach muscles. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our next kettlebell exercise of squats, and we're almost through the 9 rounds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get, 10 seconds. You're going to hold that weight on your chest, whether it's 1 or 2 hands, and we're going to go into our squats, feet shoulder width, push the hips back and sit down now. Hips back, down. Hips back, down. And you want to find that tempo that you can maintain and sustain for 50 seconds, if not the whole workout. Don't go like a mad march hare out of the traps and burn out in the first 10-15 seconds of the set and end up standing around gasping for air. You want to keep moving for the duration, whether it's load bearing or not. Just keep moving. That's it. Good stuff. Keep going. We got 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down into the high plank, and we're going to go into shoulder taps. Touch your shoulder, keeping those hips steady and parallel. High plank, let's go. Right hand, left shoulder, down, left hand, right shoulder. So think of your hands and your arms as legs on the table. If you're taking one of the table legs away, it becomes unstable. And the only way to stabilize yourself is to squeeze your stomach. So by squeezing your stomach, you're keeping your torso rigid and parallel with the floor. If your hips are swinging, you're using that momentum. That's nothing for the core. That's just gonna burn your shoulders out. So we gotta squeeze the stomach, slow down the hand transfer, and emphasize the core work as opposed to the momentum and fast hands. We're back to the kettlebell after this. We're gonna do lunge throughs. 3, 2, 1. Up we get. Grab your weight. Holding it on one side, you're gonna lunge forward with your left leg, drop your knee to the floor. Let's go, lunge forward, drop knee to floor, same leg goes behind you. And again, as with all our lunges, we're looking to maintain that gap between the feet at all times. Imagine there's a barrier running out in front, through the feet, and out behind. You don't want your feet and knees to encroach on that barrier. 5 seconds, we're going to change legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Changing legs, off we go. Right leg in front, knee to floor, right leg behind, knee to floor. 15 seconds, and then we're into our knee draw. Whew. So, our heart rate is starting to rise, we're starting to get warm. First round is going to be finished. Rest with knee draw on the floor. Prop yourself up on your hands. Your knees are out in front. You're going to draw them into your chest and back out. In, out, very lightly tip the floor. So it is similar to a core row, but our core row is not happening anymore. First exercise we're going into next is going to be step ups on the chair with the weight. 30 seconds to go. So what we're looking to target here is our middle core down into our lower core. So basically from belly button down towards the groin. And you want to go as light as possible on your heels and as light as possible on your hands. And the emphasis, as always, and focus is on correct technique and the correct muscle activation. In this case, it's the core. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get. Round 2, no core row. Grab your weight. 5 seconds. Foot fully up on the chair. 2, 1. Up we get. So again, the reason you're holding that weight is to increase your body weight. So your muscles have to work harder because they're working against extra resistance. It's used to shifting you, but now it's shifting you plus, which means it's got to work harder. It pushes it into the discomfort zone. And when you're in that discomfort zone, that's when you're working harder and getting the best return. That's halfway, change hands, change feet. So as you go, your body will start to fatigue and you'll start to see yourself slowing down and subtly taking shortcuts. Don't let yourself take shortcuts. If anything, reduce the resistance and keep going with perfect technique. 3, 2, 1, down. Get your feet up on that chair, lie on the floor. Beneath the leg claps. Loads of core here today. 2, 1, clap beyond the head, clap beneath the legs. Beyond the head, beneath the legs. And the more you can clap further down beneath towards your feet, the better, because you're getting more of a crunch. So a lot of people sometimes will get a little bit of tension in their neck as they're doing these exercises. And that's because they really throw their head without realizing it into the movement. Because the head's the heaviest part of your upper body. So if you throw your head forward to get momentum, subconsciously, your neck is going to be taking a lot of pressure. So you got to let your head loll back, throw your arms into it, and then get your momentum from your arms. But then you got to resist with the core on the way back to the floor. So that means don't let it just drop. Use the stomach muscles to lower yourself down. 3, 2, 1. Up we get. Back to our kettlebell, overhead rear lunge. So let's get that bell above the head. 3, 2, 1. Feet shoulder width. Kick back, drop knee. Up we come. Again, if you need to scale this back, bring the weight down to your shoulder or get rid of the weight and stabilize yourself using a chair or a stool or a table or a wall. Again, there's loads of different scaling options, but every rep, knee gets to floor and front foot, change sides, is constantly in contact with the floor. So regardless of what's happening from the waist up, from the waist down, foot is always in contact with the floor fully, your heel doesn't come up, and your knee gets right to the floor. 7 seconds, we're going into a high plank hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your weight down, high plank hold, in through nose, out through mouth. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So go through your checklist. Are your hands directly beneath your shoulders? Are your shoulder blades relaxed on the exhale? Are all 4 points equally load bearing into the floor? And are the palms of your hands fully engaged in the floor? That means fingertips, ball of the hand, heel of the hand. And we have 20 seconds left. Constantly go through those checklists. Hands under shoulders, shoulder blades relaxed, 4 points load bearing equally, palms of the hands, gecko hand into the floor. We're back to the kettlebell after this in 3, 2, 1. Up we get. We're going into our squats. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4. Feet shoulder width. 3, 2, 1. Push hips back, sit hips down, knees get pushed out, and aggressively push the floor away with the soles of your feet. My shoulder was starting to burn, holding that weight towards the front of my body, so I've just shifted it around the back slightly and keeping the weight on the body to focus on getting the heart rate high and keeping the heart rate high, and also taxing all the relevant muscles in the chain. Remember, your stomach is always tight, especially when you're at the bottom, and engaging the press back up, because you want to keep that spine upright. And if your core doesn't allow yourself to contract, you're not going to be able to stay upright. 7 seconds. Then we're going into our shoulder taps. 3, 2, 1. Bell down. 8 seconds. Down into the high plank. 5, 4. Remember, shoulder taps, stomach stays tight. And let's go. Touch your shoulder, change hands, touch your shoulder. And the emphasis here always is on keeping the stomach tight to compensate for the missing support on the floor. If you find your hips are swinging and that imaginary glass of water on the small of your back is falling off, then you got to slow it down and you got to concentrate on squeezing your stomach and letting your hands move while they're being held rigidly by your stomach muscles, your core. So we have another 20 seconds left, and then we're back to our bells again, and this time it's going to be lunge through. And remember, you're going to maintain the gap as you lunge through. 10 seconds. Stomach is tight, hands are moving, but the hips aren't. 3, 2, 1. Up we get. Get back to that bell. We're going into our lunge through. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg lunge forward, drop knee. Left leg lunge back, drop knee. And again, maintaining the gap and always emphasize knee getting to the floor. If that knee doesn't get to the floor, that's a half rep. If you do a half rep, you can half the return. So in order to get full workout, you got to do twice as much. So you got to go for 1 minute and 40 seconds if you wanted to do half-ass reps. Changing sides, right foot goes in front, knee to floor. Right foot goes back, knee to floor. And continuous movement at all times. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bell down. Sit on floor, lean back on hands. We're going knee draw. And let's go. So again, the floor is made out of eggshells. And you want to very lightly tip it with your heels while the legs are fully extended. And then you're load bearing through the core and also supporting yourself very lightly through your hands. You should be able to take your hands off the floor if necessary and still maintain that posture for a couple of seconds. If not, if you pull those hands out from underneath you and you fall backwards, you're not using your core properly. So really start playing around with focusing on the stomach muscles. Woo. So we're going straight into the next core exercise. It's going to be, oh hang on, I'm losing my train of thought here. Our core exercise, say again? It's after step-ups. It's going to be under leg claps. We've both got brain fog. So let's get our feet up on the chair, hands beyond the head, clap beyond the head, and sit up, clap beneath the legs. So again, remember why we're doing this, guys. We're doing it so we can remain somewhat in control of our day. We're going to get a good full body workout. We're going to get that endorphin rush. We're breaking up the day nicely with something positive. We're helping to flatten the curve. And you guys are getting the best out of you, despite the current global situation. We have 20 seconds. How are my internationals going? How are my Austrians? My Danes? My English? Italian? American? Spain? Abu Dhabi? Dubai? Where else? There's loads of other places. Canada? 3, 2, obviously Ireland. 1, rest up you come. Grab your bell. You're going into your overhead rear lunge. 2, 1, kick leg back, drop knees, squeeze stomach, come back up tall. So remember, every moment that you're lifting and moving, you are in control. If at any point you're out of control, you gotta start looking at why, and you gotta address it accordingly. If it means squeezing your stomach more, if it means straightening out your arm, relaxing your shoulder, then so be it. And that's halfway. I'm changing hands and I'm going straight into it. There's no faffing when you're changing hands. Literally pass it from one to the other and then get into the next rep, but with perfect technique. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ditch the bell. High plank hold. 8 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that high plank. So at this point, You're a pro at the high plank hold because all 4 points are equally load bearing. The hands are directly beneath the shoulders. The palms are fully in contact with the floor. Your shoulder blades are relaxed with every exhale. And you're constantly making those little minor improving adjustments as the body gets tired. Because as the body gets tired, muscles being taxed, try and shift onus onto different areas. Don't let it. Remember, we're trying to focus on the stomach muscles, the core, the middle lower back, everything to hold you rigid. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4. Squats next. 3, 2, 1. Up we get. Grab your bell. Straight back into it. Holding it for squats. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Feet shoulder width. 2, 1. Stick ass out. Sit ass down. If you're going to boil it down into 2 really simple points, stick ass out, sit ass down. Once you got those 2 points, then we can start looking at surface area of the soles of the feet, knees being pushed out to a V, aggression pushing the floor down with the soles, staying tall and bracing your core, keeping yourself honest and isolating the correct muscle groups. 20 seconds. Then we're back down into the high plank position and we're doing our shoulder taps. And as you can see, with every round through this block, we're getting rid of 1 exercise as we go. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bell down. It's shoulder taps next. 5 seconds. High plank. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So now your core has been heavily taxed. It's got a lot more carbon dioxide and lactic acid in it than when you started training today. So if necessary, and you need to just scale your exercise back, routine back, just hold a high plank. Or take the hand just off the floor a little bit, as opposed to swinging it across the body to the shoulder. But again, emphasis is on keeping the stomach tight to allow that body to work and hold itself on 3 legs as opposed to 4. Shoulder blades relaxed, stomach tight, controlling the breathing at all times. 3, 2, 1. Up we get. Back to the bell. We're going lunge throughs now. We're going to hold that weight on the right side. We're going to lunge forward at the right leg. Now, lunge forward, drop left knee, lunge back, drop right knee. And again, if you're not able to get the knee to the floor while holding the weight, get rid of the weight. If you're not able to get the knee to the floor without the weight, use some support. Emphasis is getting your knee all the way to the floor. Because if you get your knee all the way to the floor, you're getting all the muscles. Change side. Like I said earlier on, half-ass reps require twice as much work. Twice as much work gives you twice as much probability of getting an injury. So half the time, perfect reps, get the full complement with the work. And rest onto your bum. Leaning back on the hands, we're going knee draw. It's 12:30 already. Flying through it. Woo! Knees to chest, back out, and again, very light on the 2 hands and very light on the 2 heels. It's all about the core taking the pressure. You are doing this to tax your core. You're not doing this to give your core a break. So while it's being taxed, make it work at its 100%. And really visualize your stomach muscles contracting to allow you to draw those legs in and then support yourself while it happens. 15 seconds. We're back up onto our kettlebell because our underleg collapse have now been knocked off the list. Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah. It's the overhead lunge now. 3, 2, 1. Up we get. I'm my secretary at this stage. Keeping an eye on everything I do. Okay, get that bell above the head. And rear lunge. Back, drop your knee. stand tall, pushing through the flat of that foot. So I'm kicking my right leg back, I'm dropping my right knee to the floor, and I'm pushing aggressively through the sole of my left foot to come back up. So again, it's a big squeeze on my stomach, coming back up. 6 seconds, and I'm going to be changing sides. And changing sides. Woo! Kick leg back, drop knee, push through sole of foot. Kick leg back, drop knee, push through sole of foot. And at all times, you're staying upright and there's rigidity in your frame through core squeeze. It's the high plank next, but until then, keep moving. Woo. 3, 2, 1. Bell down. All 4 points on the floor. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the high plank. I shouldn't even have to talk about the 4 points. I shouldn't have to talk about the hands fully flat. All 3 parts of the hand, the fingertips, the ball of the hand, the heel hand into the palm, into the floor. I shouldn't have to talk about relaxing the shoulder blades on the exhale. And I shouldn't have to talk about focusing on keeping the core rigid and not allowing the body to shift the load elsewhere. 20 seconds, and then we are back up and we're into squats. A good foundation for any exercise program. It literally works every muscle bar the upper back and chest. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest up. 10 seconds into squats. Sweat starting to come thick and fast now. S Club 7. Ain't no party like an S Club party. 3, 2, 1. Push hips back. Sit hips down. Push floor away. And find that tempo that you can maintain for the duration of the 50-second set. 90s music. It's probably the best for working out. The cheesier the better for workout music, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So we're on 25 seconds, and then those shoulder taps are coming into play in the high plank position. So remember, the base of your shoulder tap is the high plank. We've just gone through the points of the high plank, so you can apply them and just bring it to the next level. If you're struggling to maintain the posture, get rid of the hand movements and just hold the plank. Whew. And rest. Woo. We're going down into the high plank. Touch your shoulder, touch your shoulder. Stomach squeezes to compensate. 2, 1, let's go. Shoulder, 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 shoulder. Try and keep a tempo that's continuous for the duration without the hips swinging. And as soon as you raise that hand off the floor, your core should be squeezing to compensate. I'd rather you went slow and controlled than just kind of quickly slap your shoulder and put your hand back down before your body has a chance to realize that it's working on 3 supports. The slower you go on core work, the better. So, we got 15 seconds left. We're back up into lunge throughs with our kettlebell or dumbbell, bag of books, bag of sand, fire extinguisher, Burmese mountain dog, cat, anything that has a bit of weight. Up you get. All our broken hopes and dreams. Loads of weight in those. 3, 2, 1. Kick back, drop knee, step forward, drop knee. And the aim is to go continuously with a full range of movement. And I know those of you who have been training with me for 25 to 30 sessions plus realize, geez, he keeps repeating himself. But you gotta, because we got new people starting all the time. Change sides halfway. We got new people joining in all the time, and I've got to say it to them because you got to keep reiterating posture, technique, posture, technique, posture, technique, and then the tempo. Otherwise, people start to half-ass it. Even people who've been training for ages just get that brain fog and they forget. So it's always good as a reminder. And rest onto the floor, lean back onto your hands, knee to chest. 3, 2, 1, Let's go. Lou Bega. Mambo number 5. That brings me back to school days. Whew. So after this, what's the next exercise, Nick? Plank. You're a plank. So we're going into high plank hold. There is no more overhead rear lunge. That is gone. And no, I'm not being sneaky. It's not going to make a reappearance before the end of the session. When it's gone, it's gone. What's that? When they're gone, they're gone. When they're definitely gone, they're definitely gone. Home store more. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Very light on the heels, very light on the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Round we get. Stay close to the floor. Because we're going into the high plank hold in 3, 2, 1. And let's go. Told you there was loads of core today. Out of 9 exercises, 5 of them are core. Woo! And the 4 were resistance that involved the core as well. Step ups involve core, because if you step up and you have a weak core, you're going to fall forward and you're going to compromise your knees. Your overhead lunge, definitely core, because you got to distribute that weight down through the body just to keep yourself rigid. Squats, if you're holding that weight up high, that core has to resist and fall forward. And then our lunge throughs have to keep you rigid so you can move forward and back. 7 seconds, 6, so it's heavy on the core today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get. We're back into our kettlebell work, and it's going to be a squat. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Hips back, drop the hips, push through the flat of the feet. Now, as you push through the flat of the feet, let's start really polishing up that squat. So we're pushing our hips back. We're sitting our hips down. As we sit down, our knees get pushed out to the side. The knees are pointing, not leaning towards the front of the foot. They're pointing towards the front of the foot where the direction of the toes are pointing. So my feet are slightly turned out. So I'm essentially making a V shape. Your knees should also be pushed out, pointing in the same angle as your toes. It doesn't mean load bear through the front of the foot. It just means don't let the knees fall in under the body, because subconsciously the body will try and bring the knees in underneath you to act as a support between you and the floor. And that support will be skeletal. We don't want skeletal. We want muscular. So we got to keep the knees pushed out to activate the muscles. Rest. Woo! Shoulder taps. 3, 2, 1. Touch your shoulder, change, touch your shoulder, change. And at all times, the movement is governed by the stomach squeezing and holding rigid to allow you to move that hand slowly and controlled off the floor. The more you squeeze your stomach, the more stable you're going to be, and the longer you can take on the routine and the rep, and therefore tax that core to the maximum ability and get the best out of it. So the next time round, your body will remember and your core will be that little bit stronger. So remember our high plank, guys. We're still using the whole palm of the hand that's on the floor. Just because you're removing one hand every now and then, don't just let the heel take all the weight. Push the hand equally. 3, 2, 1. Up. Lunge throughs. Not lunge throughs. That's coming next. 3, 2, 1. Maintain the width. Leg goes back, knee to floor. Step forward, knee to floor. And we are really focusing on that absolutely perfect posture. That perfect pressure equally through the sole of the foot. And the stomach holding you rigid to allow you to keep move. And change legs, change hands, off we go. Make it as seamless as possible. And the reason we keep the gap at all times between the feet, front and back, is because we're now activating the full suite of muscles, as opposed to lunging like we're on a tightrope and just using the smaller groups. Rest onto the floor, on your bum, lean back like you're on the beach, drawing the knees into the chest, and Let's go. Knees in, back out, very light tip on the floor from the heels. So at the end of this, hey Nick, what's next?
The squats.
The squats. You're a squat. Okay, so squats next in 30 seconds time, but until then, we are focusing 100% on very lightly tapping the floor with our knees and then drawing those knees into our chest while we're very lightly load bearing through our hands. And again, screaming at the screen, emphasis is on what muscle group? No, wrong, hair. No wait, hair's not a muscle, it must be the core. 5 seconds, 4, 3, eye roll, 2, 1. Up we get into our squats. Don't forget to engage your hair, Nick. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet shoulder width, ass back, ass down. Soles of feet fully in contact with floor, knees pushed out to the side. What's your favorite exercise, Nick? Not out of all of these, but just in general.
Lying down.
Lying down. Lying down.
Core row.
Core row, you like core row? Okay. What day is tomorrow? Thursday. Okay, we'll throw it out for a vote. Change sides if you're doing one hand, otherwise keep going. And again, we still have the same tempo that we came into the workout with, because at the start, we know what we're able to keep going on. We dialed it up to that level and we kept it at that level. 5 seconds. Shoulder taps next, isn't it? 3, 2, 1. Shoulder taps. 5 seconds. 4, 3. High plank. 2, 1. Let's go. Now remember what I was saying the last time. Try and use the whole palm of your hand, even though it's only on the floor, for about 1 to 2 seconds at a time. Because that just ensures you're giving yourself the best return on your exercise. If you half-ass it and you go fast, like I said, you're getting a half-assed workout. And I am not in the market for giving half-assed workouts and half-assed advice. Shoulder blades are relaxed. Emphasis is on the stomach, because at the end of the day, it's a high plank before anything else. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 seconds. We're going to be back here again very soon. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Up we get. Lunge through. Get that bell up. We're going to lunge forward with 1 foot. 3, 2, 1. Lunge forward. Drop knee. Lunge back. Drop knee. Lunge forward. Drop knee. And maintain the full range of movement. Don't cheat yourself this close to the end of the session. We are so close. After this, we're going into our knee tucks, and then after that, we're back to these rear lunge or lunge throughs, and then we're almost finished. Halfway, changing hands, changing legs. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. But before you keep moving faster, make sure that posture is perfect. PP. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ditch weight. Hit floor. How are my Sutton Park students getting on? How far did you get into this? Let me know. Let's go. Heels very lightly on the floor. Hands very lightly on the floor. And if your heels and hands are very light on the floor, something's got to take the rest of it. And that's got to be your core, not your hair. Sweaty now. Earning my lunch. What do we have for lunch? What have we got? Avocado, scrambled egg. No? No, she doesn't want that. 20 seconds. Pizza. We have pizza, will we? 15 seconds. 12 seconds. And then we're back into a 10-second breather, followed by shoulder taps in the high plank. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. We're almost there. Round we get. High plank. 5, 4. Shoulder taps in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So it's all about squeezing that core and remaining in control. You remain in control of the posture, you will be able to maintain the technique. If you lose the posture, you will lose the technique. And if you lose that technique, you're not going to get the muscles you want targeted, and you're not going to get the return on your training. So it's in your interest to go slow with control and continuity. Oh, big squeeze on the stomach. There's very little left of my stomach right now. 12 seconds, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Up we get. We're into our lunge through. 5, 4, holding the weight. 3, 2, 1. Kick back, drop. Step forward, drop. So after this, we've got knee tucks. Then we've got lunge through again and knee tucks, and we're done. So it's rear lunge throughs, knee tucks. So we're going to stay with this side entirely for this round. Don't change hands or feet halfway. We're at halfway, don't change. Keep going. Because we're going to go knee tucks, and then we're going to do one more round of each. And the next time round will be the opposite leg for your lunge throughs. And then all will be right in the OCD world. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ditch the bell for a very short period. Down onto your bum. Lean back. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Knees into chest. And again, if I'm going very light on my heels and very light on my hands, and big clue, the hair isn't involved, then it's got to be core. Whew. I'm really starting to struggle now, so much so that I'm starting to feel it through my thighs, up through my hip flexors. And what's happening there is the core is desperately looking for help from other supporting muscles, tendons and ligaments. Oh, and they're starting to get tired because they're not used to doing the work, and they're starting to show up on the system. So when that happens, you got to slow it down. You got to focus on the main boy, which is the core, and you got to make sure it contracts to work. Rest if we get. Okay, last 2 exercises. 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 50 seconds on, and you're done. We're going to lunge with the other leg. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So,
rounds of core.
what's that? Do you want to do 2 rounds of core at the end?
Is that the way
Hey, look, let's. Okay, listen, I've created a monster. No, what she wants, she gets. So instead of 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 50 seconds on, you can tack another 10 seconds on and another 50 seconds. And messages can be sent directly to Nick to say thank you. She was the one giving out to me earlier on that the sessions are getting too long. 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest, no more kettlebell work. We have 2 rounds, thanks Nick, of knee tucks. 4, 3, 2, 1. Secretly, well, there's not much secret about it, I'm immensely proud of her right now. So even though we've got 2 sets, emphasis is on the stomach contracting, lower core drawing the legs in, upper core holding you rigid, and the 2 of them creating a perfect storm of burning on the stomach. 25 seconds to go, then you get a short break, and we're gonna go one more round. Woo! Oh yeah, so happy we're doing one extra round, Nick. 12 seconds, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest 10 seconds. In through nose, out through mouth. One more round of knee tucks in 3, 2, 1, let's go. In, back out. So if you need extra work on your core, just lean back a little bit more and let the elbows bend and the hands go out wider to put more emphasis on the stomach muscles. You are 35 seconds away from finishing Wednesday on our 8th week. 8th week. That's insane. 2 solid months of doing a session at midday, Monday to Friday. Oh, without missing a beat. 17 seconds, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, and we rest and rest. In through nose and out through mouth. Do you want to come over and take the cool down? No, she doesn't want to do that. She's happy to stand in the wings and give direction. Oh, okay guys, stand tall. Woo. Big breath in through the nose, exhale out the mouth, and we'll get into our cool down stretches. How are we all feeling? Cryo sculpt. How are we doing? That's Connor, right? Hey Connor. Okay guys, so you're going to use that chair that we haven't used in a while. We're going to stretch out our hamstrings. So hands behind your back, put your heel up on the stool, toe to sky, lean forward, nose to toe, and stretch out that hamstring on the back of your thigh. And the emphasis here is hitting that hamstring. Now, if you feel, because your hamstring covers a lot of surface area, so if you want to get higher up towards the bum, bend the knee more. If you want to get lower down towards the knee, straighten the leg more. So again, you got to kind of dial it in to hit the majority of your hamstring or a specific area. So you play around with the angle of the knee in order to hit the area you're looking for the most. And then once you've found it, hold the posture, tip forward, and really hit that spot. And then we're going to change that leg up onto the stool. Start with the legs straight, nose to toe, and then start playing around with the angle of the knee in order to hit the specific area of the hamstring. Venga boys, we're going to Ibiza. If only we were going to Ibiza, huh? That won't be happening for a good few months, if not year. But hey, for the greater good, ignore that timer. That timer's for Nick. She's still doing knee tucks over there. She couldn't get enough. Okay, so we're going to come off that now. We're going to go into a quad stretch. If you need to support yourself on a wall, do so, or a chair, or a table, or something. Otherwise, pull your knee back, push your hip forward. The emphasis here is on the quad and the hip flexor. Shoulders back, in through nose, out through mouth. Relax the shoulder blades, and then just let that stretch drop down into the hip flexor, into the quad, and get the best out of that stretch. And change sides. Whew. Again, stabilize yourself if you need it. Pull your knee back, push your hip forward. Emphasis on the middle of the thigh, the quad, up through the hip flexor and into the lower stomach. So control that breathing. Again, ignore those beeps. That's just me being lazy, not going over and turning off the timer. Okay, down we come, last one. We're going to drop our right hand down our back in between our shoulder blades. Pull to the left. Brown, busted. Thank you. You're very welcome, Brown. Love that. Thanks, Mick. Yeah, thanks, Mick. She means Nick. And change. She just corrected herself. Great workout. I am SH1T at lunge throughs. I think everyone is once you start bringing more resistance in. Oh look, I love heart. So you're very welcome, Susie Flood. So again, if you're feeling like you're crap at a specific Nikki, your OCD is catching. Great session in the bin. Still alive. Thanks for Nick for an extra round. You're very welcome. So again, if you're feeling that you're struggling with a specific exercise, Carol, thanks for bringing it up. All you got to do is lighten the resistance and slow the tempo down, vice versa. Play around with those two options. Until then, I will see you tomorrow, Thursday, for a nice, disgusting workout that will have everyone smiling. And then we'll go into our Friday session with a big smile. Paulie Fallon in bits. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Look at me. Look at me. Sweating. Dripping off me. Anyway, going for a shower. I will see you guys tomorrow, midday. Bye-bye.